Oh, my life. Shit, dude. Hey, we throw those stickers up here. I'm good at it. Shit. Oh. Um, what did I do with that stuff? I had. It's over there. Okay. Let's go back at this. This is horrible. I gotta empty this damn board. What's up, bro? Desecrating the board. John broke all of these tips. So many of them. I don't know what he did. Yeah, he's a horrible wire dude. He just glob solder, man, everywhere, man. Um, what I'm doing is depopulating the board, but the problem now I have is the turret has these top standoffs, and he broke all of like fucking 9 of them. So yeah, you don't have that, right? I mean, I don't have that problem, but he did. So now I got to be careful when I go to lay this amp out that they can't stand up too tall. Oh man, it's horrible. Not knowing how to wire, dude, just doing whatever. Now, these components seem like they haven't been touched much, a little bit here and there. I don't know what he had with that done. I know that it was horrible. So, what I'm going to do, like this one's broke, he's obviously been in here too. See, like that whole top just fell right off. See, like this one right here, it's been in here. He broke that half of it. He's broken the half of it off. I don't know what he was doing, dude. How would you break those? Like, dude, I don't understand. I don't know how he would break those, but he did. There we go. That's definitely he's been in there. Oh my god, man! I'm gonna show you something in a second here. That ain't the first one that I found like this. This is like the 5th one I found like this. All right, let's pull this one off. Actually, let's not pull this one off. Let's show you what I just found. This is a plate resistor. Now look at this. It's not even soldered on, bro. It's not even soldered on, dude. That's a phase inverter plate resistor, man. Like, what were you doing, dude? It's broken. I don't know what he was doing. Damn. Gotta be careful. I don't pull that turret off because I already got to replace a couple turrets here. I'll be done and I can clean up this board after I'm done. Maybe put more turrets in. So now I got to break that tab off. It's hot in here. Finish this job. You just pull these components out of here. Dude, are you serious? That one wasn't even soldered in, man. Dude. That one wasn't even soldered in its spot, man. Wonder why the amp never fucking worked, dude. You know, this amp could have potentially maybe sounded good. I don't even know what it would have sounded like, to be honest with you. Dude, you're a fucking moron, bro. You're a moron, John. I'm sorry, dude. That's the sixth component that I found that was not soldered in, dude. How can you ever take something out and put something back and not solder it back, dude? Dude, you think the amp's gonna work? You have no business, man, being inside these things. You know, I told you to take your fucking time, man. Pay attention to what you're doing. And this is your pay attention? A child could have did a better job. This is a coupling capacitor connected to the biased phase inverter. So that's the second part of the phase inverter that I found faulty. Your amp would have sounded like dog shit, dude. No matter what you did to it. Whatever. It wasn't going to sound great anyway. I mean, the amp could have functioned. It wouldn't have been one of those awesome amps. But it would have still sound. I mean, to be honest with you, if you would have tamed it the way I said, I'll rebuild it, dude. I know that the circuit has capabilities of being awesome. No wonder why that we couldn't figure it out over the internet, dude. Luke and I was like, we gave up, dude. I'm not doing it the same way though. I had a whole nother principle I'm going after this time. All that work for nothing, man. You remember me doing this shit? All he had to do is change 4 components, man. And it would have been probably ideal. But no. Now I have to redesign the amplifier. I'm not even going to attempt to put it back to where I think it belonged. What? Who the fuck? And how the fuck? That didn't. Some turrets are going to have to be replaced. Ah, my life. This is annoying. This is annoying as fuck. I feel better when it's all torn apart. How's this? Dang. Bubba. Waste of time and money. I'm not doing it again. This is the deal. You like the amp or you don't like the amp. I'm done with you, dude. After what I seen you do here, dude, screw off, man. You're a troll, bro. You fucking trolled this amplifier hardcore. You had 6 components in here that weren't even connected, dude. You have no business touching an amp ever. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing, man. Sorry, John, but it's not cool, bro. You've caused a lot of issues again for nothing. You know, this thing probably would have worked, dude, to be honest with you. Even Luke said, hey, man, I don't understand what the problem is. Oh, I understand what the problem is now. Nothing was connected. Dude, amps don't work when nothing's connected. You had plates not connected, man. You had grids not connected. Interstaging not connected. Dude, this is fucking like $200 worth of bullshit repairs for nothing. Because you couldn't fucking solder a joint. It's great. Broke half of these tips off. I'm gonna try to use the turrets for what they are. I gotta put one in here. I gotta put one in there. I got 6 more. Well, 9 more turrets to clean up. I'm fucking done with this shit, dude. Come on. Well, that was fucking completely shot. Never again, dude. If it doesn't fucking work, dude, you send it fucking back, motherfucker. Right? This was intentionally sent bad, but dude, what you've done, you could have fixed this thing to make it usable. What you've done is ruined it. There ain't no fixing what you did. 6 connections not connected. Yeah, it's a huge problem, man. No fixing that, dude. Andy, I don't know what's going on, bro. Uh It just sounds bad, dude, and really cracky and distorted, and I've lost sound, bro. Oh, I bet you did. Bet you fucking did. Hmm. I wonder why I lost sound. Let me just pull every component off the board. And you ruin all the tricks. Oh shit. What was me? It's funny. I made this thing block out and distort. All he had to do was just change attenuator resistors. That's all he had to do. Now looking at why the amp didn't work is because he didn't have shit hooked up. Dude, what a fucking idiot, dude. He's like, dude, homie, I fucking hooked it all up and it's not working. Dude, it just something's wrong with the tone. It just doesn't sound right. Yeah, dude, because nothing's fucking hooked up, asshole. Ah, get with the fucking program, dude. That was my fault from fucking making the amplifier not work in the first place, man. I knew better. I knew better. Still did what I did. I'll be done here in a couple minutes. Dude, this capacitor is completely shot. Dude, that was you doing that shit too. Burnt the shit out of it, man. Melted the lead. Melted the plastic casing right down. Look, it wasn't even fucking hooked up, dude. That was you, bro. That's not good. That's 7 components that were failed. 7. Yeah, no wonder why the amp didn't work, dude. I mean, it had a bad circuit in it, dude, and you attenuated it. It should have just been like, it should have worked and just sounded like a crappy amp. Even a crappy amp, though, I suspect, even this crappy circuit, John would have loved it, to be honest with you. Seeing what I fucking see now, I'm getting kind of fucking disgusted with my stomach. It looked like a child got in here, man. Not even a child, just somebody that is mentally incapable. shit. That's fucked. We'll talk about what I discovered in a moment. What I've discovered is horrifying. To an amp builder, it's horrifying, horrendous. Ouch. Come on. All right. Just make sure all these holes are cleared out. All right. And we can clean up my mess here. What the fuck? There we go. There. Damn. Look at all this bullshit. Okay. Never in my life have I ever seen somebody do that. Dude, that was horrible. Brian, he did it the first time too to my amplifier. So I built him another amplifier and he got it and it worked 100% perfect. And he calls me back 2 days later and says, "Homie, it stopped working, bro." Right? So what does he do? He sends me the amp back and I rebuild it, I redesign it. I redesigned it completely. And I threw it out of a fucking window that time. And I'll be throwing this one out of a fucking window too, man. This ain't the first fucking time this shit's happened. This is the last time. I tell you that much right now. I'm not doing it again. I know my amps, dude. Out of 112 amps, John's is the only amp that I ever sent out that there was a problem with. And you go figure that. Now, it could just be a bad luck. But I'm starting to think, no, I don't think so. Seems a little bit more than bad luck. Dude, the first thing that he always says to me is, I re-rolled the tubes, homie. Yeah, you re-rolled those tubes? Why am I even making this motherfucker an amp? At this point, you know? She sent me a fucking a piece of paper that said why DNA never dies. V/R, whatever that means. Virtual reality. Regardless. Here's the board. All emptied out now. I'm gonna put some turrets in it right now. Bullshit. Fucking don't want to do this. 3 of them. I don't know if he understands this or not, but what this shit costs money, dude. I'll explain to you in a minute. I want to finish doing this task. Where's this fucking hammer? Come on. Come on. No idea. Maybe this. Yeah. Grab that tip. Break it off. Gotta break off the tips now. Where does this one go? Right there. And one more wherever it went. It was. There was another one. I remember 3 bad ones. Right here. I bet you the circuit sounded fucking beautiful, dude. What a scumbag. Dude, nobody ever's gonna know what that circuit was supposed to sound like. So John, I sent John an amplifier that was broken, dude. It was definitely broke. I made it block distort. That means it was not attenuated and tuned in. But he could have changed a couple components and made the circuit work great. He could have. Oh, he could have. I don't know what him and Luke did, but I'm going to tell you right now what he did was foul. It was fucking foul. Six or seven components not even connected. They were connected. They were just touching, right? They weren't even soldered though, dude. Like all I did was grabbed it and pulled it off, dude. That's intermittent connection, dude. It's not gonna work out for you, dude. I'm not making a bomb, a sound bomb. Don't worry, you're going to jail, motherfucker. Who doesn't know what he's doing? Man, I'd watch what you say to me, dude. Why do you guys keep coming to this channel, right? That's the question. That is the very question. Oh, John, he obviously doesn't know what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing. You're correct about that. You're 100% correct. Now I get look at so here I am. I built the amp. I knew that it was bad. I thought if he changed 3 or 4 components, he'd be a-okay, right? But he wasn't. Dude, he went through this half of this amplifier and desecrated the shit out of it. Desecrated it. 6 or 7 components weren't even connected. How can you build the amplifier without having connections? I told him to send it back. I shouldn't even give it back to him, dude. I'm gonna give it back to him. I'm gonna build it proper. And I'm gonna give it back to him. Now, how am I gonna do that? I really don't know at what level I need to do here. I don't know what I need to do. I think I'm about taking a tube out and just giving him a 3-stage damp, dude. Screw off, right? As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's make a determination, a decision making right now here, dude. Let's do that, dude. Fuck you, John. I'll make you an amp that sounds glorious, man, right? But it's definitely not going to be a kick ass amp. It'll sound glorious. That's about all it'll do. It'll be kick ass. It'll be spectacular. But I'm not playing this game with him. Watch this shit. Um, I think that I want to take. I guess I don't care. No, this is a determination I'm making right now on the fly. Tried to call you, Dale. You ignored me. You son of a bitch. Oh yeah. And what's your problem with me, you fucking stupid fucking spook? He's a fucking moron. Oh, he can be a moron. He didn't like that garbage bag. I'll tell you that much right now. Sorry you can't see. I'm fucked up. The whole fucking camera angle there. Okay, I'm missing a lock washer. It's in there somewhere. All right. Well, what I've done is pulled out a preamp tube. You no longer get 4 of them, buddy. You only get 3. John don't like high gain amps, and this even with 3, it's probably too much for his liking. He needs an amp with just 1. To be honest with you. So now it's circuit design, and I'll be up all night doing this, dude. I'm gonna be here all night. Maybe until I run out of parts or brains or whatever. I need to take a shower at some point. The Supreme, that's a PV solid state Supreme. I'm building a YDNA amplifier. Uh, yeah, this is an amplifier, man. Anyway, I'm turning off this solder station. I gotta figure out what I need to do here. What am I gonna do? Yeah, all this bullshit honestly don't know what I want to do yet with the situation. Two channels, drill out those holes. I have choice. I'm not doing that, dude. I'm not doing that, dude. This is gonna be a nightmare. I'll put a bright switch in it, but that pissed off and clean mode gone. One channel amp. You don't get you don't get options no more. This ain't gonna be a high watt. Doesn't matter if he uses. I'm still look. I'm gonna build him an amp that he can't use again. But I'll tell you what. You know why he can't use it? Because he's not a guitar player. Your instrument has a volume knob on it, man. Right? In most of the old classic amplifiers, you had to roll back your volume knob to use your guitar to get clean tones, or right. If you don't know how to use your instrument, it's unusable, man. Right? I'm gonna build him one of those kind of amplifiers. If he wants to clean, he's gonna roll back. Right? Just like Slash did, just like ACDC did, just like everybody does. You're gonna use your guitar for what it's worth, man. If you don't, then you know I don't know what to tell you, John. You either know how to play guitar or you don't. He'll have glorious tones, but it's a one-channel amplifier. So we're gonna do probably gonna do a JCM 800 preamp circuit, right? I think that's what I'm gonna do, a JCM 800, not a MK2, not a Plexi, a JCM 800 circuit with a high watt output section. I'm gonna take this. No, I'm gonna initially put the 6L6s back in it, right? But I probably won't. I'll probably put EL34s in the same, dude. I'm not sure yet. We'll hear what it sounds like with 6L6s and then EL34s. 6L6s is going to probably bring us into the realm of KT66s or KT77s. They're a tetrode. A lot of people love their Marshalls with a KT66 or 77. They're a tetrode. They're not a pentode. A 6L6 is a tetrode. Uh, so I'm gonna have to hook the printer up and print the JCM 800 schematic, and we're gonna go from there. To be honest with you, man, if I have all the parts, this thing will be built by the end of the night. I'm not gonna take my time. I'm not gonna be meticulous with my wiring. I'm gonna build it the way that I build it. I should just build it like a Fender. Actually, I'll take my time. Should probably go over to the computer and do some designing, but I don't think that I want to. I think that I'm just going to go with it, and I'm going to go with the flow. YDNA. Well, what is YDNA, bro? Do you know what YDNA is? It's not because of my name backwards. No, it is my name backwards too as well. But what is YDNA? YDNA is the code, the genetic code that God gave men. What? What? You're not naked. You know that this camera's on. Let me guess. You're going to bed, aren't you? gonna be up all night, probably fighting the battle. I don't feel very well. It's hot out, man. I gotta get my hair tie on. Get this hair out of my face. Yeah. This part. I'm probably gonna stop the video and start a new one though. But what you're about to watch is 20 years of knowledge crammed out of my head going into a concept. Is it gonna work? Um, yeah. Will it be awesome? Yeah, dude. Is John an asshole? Yeah. Do I have all the parts? We'll see. We'll see. It's not gonna have any clean tones. It's gonna be a JCM 800, man. Well, the output is a high watt output, but the rest of the amp is gonna be a JCM 800, right? Um, I'm gonna keep the bright switch. So let's see, a JCM 800. I don't have the schematic in front of me, dude. I gotta print the schematic. So I'm gonna stop the stream, print this damn schematic. Actually, I go with the computer. Um, let me just turn the printer on here. Let me see if I can find one. There's a couple different ones. Let me find another one. No. What is this? It's a reverb. I don't want the reverb circuit. I don't see it. have two. I want the two holder. Why don't I have it? 210. 210. What is this? You know, all right. So there's a huge problem. There's so many different variants of the JCM 800. You know, the first tube that they used, one thing is in common, they had the 100K plate resistor. That is guaranteed going to happen in the JCM 800. But your cathode, I've seen 800 ohms there. I've seen 1.5K. I've seen 1K, 2.5Ks, 1.8Ks, 2.2Ks, 2.7Ks. What do we do, right? I definitely know that the low channel, I am not going to be using. Uh, from 81 to 83, apparently the most sought after. Yeah, you mean the horizontal, the two input horizontal versions or the verticals? So in those years, they made them going horizontally and vertically, but there were two holders. I don't think I want to do that though. Okay. I'm not in the mood. I have all the parts. I'm not in the mood. What I'll do is I'll put the cathodes in. How does that sound? Let's do that. I'll put the cathodes in. Put some cathodes in this amplifier. So the first cathode, I'm going to be making a modification. They used a 690 cathode resistor. I'm going to use a 1F. Why? Because there's not a lot of difference between a 690 or a 680 and one UF. And also, they've tuned this thing down to 2.7K. 2.7. That's pretty freaking low, dude. That's what we're going to use. I got to get my voltmeter to measure this shit. That's downstairs. Fuck. Be back. Now these two holes right here, they're not going to be used on the front of this amplifier. One of them will. So I'll be drilling a hole here, right? And it will be the presence control. The bright and the normal, right? For the clean and pissed off, that's just going to get a plug. We're not putting nothing there. I'm not switching. And I'm not making another faceplate either. I really don't care at this point. I don't even want to do this amplifier anymore. I'd rather just destroy it. But I'm going to continue trucking on. I'm going to measure. I am going to measure the resistance of this resistor. It should be 2.7K. And it's 2.63. Capacitor, make sure it's a 1 UF. 1.2 UF. Good to go. All right. So pin, what am I going to do? V1 is going to be pin 1, 2, 3. It's going to be pin 3 here. We're going to pull this out of the way. Let's turn this back on. We're going to go into this pin here, which is 3. There and here. So first of all, let's heat this up. We're going to pull that way. Motherfucker. Okay. Got enough room here. We are going to put that there. And then I'm going to bend this up and in. No. In there. Bend that. That. Pull that like that. Hold that up in the air. The next one we have the negative and the positive. That's going to be the same way. This wire here. Is going to go in there. And okay. And then I'm going to solder that on there and here. There is my first cathode resistors. I need my cutters. God, where did you put them? Where did they go now? Where did they go? Where did they go? Oh, where did they go now? Now, is this going to be a JCM 800? No. It has a high watt output section in it. It's severely different than a JCM 800. Who knows what it'll sound like? Will it be badass? Probably be way more articulated. The power section, there's no sag. That's good. We can live with that. I can cross that off. I gotta find a marker now. Let's find a marker and come over to the schematic here and draw that out. That's V1, right? Just remember. That is pin 3. Or put that right in pin 3. That's done. The next one, the next section gets a 10K to ground, right? That's the cold clipper that Marcel uses. That's going to be on V. It's going to be on pin 8. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be there and there. All right, so that's going to be kind of tricky. Get in there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to grab this, heat that up, get that in there. Yeah, right. Wow. I can't get it back that far. I can't even see in there. Come on. There you go. Ah, there you go. Good job, Andy. Little work. Never hurt nobody. And now I'm going to heat that up, solder that on there. Make sure it gets a really good connection. Just like that. We're going there and try to get that lead chopped. And I did, and I dropped it somewhere. I don't know where it went. It's right fucking there. You don't want to leave leads in the amp. Just dropped it. There we go. Now this one is going to go straight over and into pin number 8. Right? Right. There we go. Oh. All right. That is the second tube. That is pin number 8. 7, 6, 1, 2. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. All right. Just gotta remember what I'm doing here. Pin 8 goes to ground. Now we can verify. Now we can verify our resistance of our cathode by taking our voltmeter or multimeter, putting it on ohms, putting the negative in a ground anywhere, right? And just touching that pin. Touching the pin should give us a reading. This gives me 2.7K, 2.67K. This one gives me 10K, right? Yep, 10K. That means I verified my ground. My ground reference is good. We're good. The next resistor that I have is going to be going into pin number 3, which is here. That is going to be an 820 ohm. Now that's a cathode follower. Fuck. Really? We're going to use a cathode follower? Our JCM 800 has one. Okay. All right. So we need 820 ohm. Fine. I don't use many of those. I don't build Marshalls very often. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. 820 ohms. That's hot. Really? 820 ohms right to ground. That's pushing that thing, dude. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's pin number 3. Right there. You know what? Maybe I won't even put a turret board in this thing. Maybe I'll just wire this thing. I got a big old mosquito bite right there. And it sucks. Oozing. I'm gonna get some Calamine lotion on that motherfucker. Maybe I'll just put terminal strips in here, and just wire it all in, just hand wired, like point to point. Maybe I'll do that like the old the old amp companies used to do it. I'll use my turret board. I don't give a shit. I'll do it the other right way. There we go. Okay. We will test that. That should be right around 800 ohms to 820 ohms. 800 ohms. Check that one down. The next one, we're going to have 100. The next one, we're going to have 100K, but we're going to have a wire coming off of that 100K. So we're going to have a 100K resistor going to ground and off of that pin. This may be a problem. It's not a problem. I mean, the JCM 800s are pretty hot circuits, so make sure this is 100K. 100K. So we're going to be going into, that's going to go over this way and then down into there. So we're going to just come into here. Grab that, bend that. That way a little. Solder that. Beautiful. It's a beautiful day for a daydream. This is going to be bent here. It's going to go into pin number 8. And we're going to have a wire there, right? So I need to find a wire. I don't even know if I have any wire left. I'm going to use whatever color wire I have. Doesn't matter. We're just going for it. I have wire. I have lots of wire everywhere. dun, dun. There we go. There's 100K. Let me make sure that's right. 100K goes right straight to ground, and off of that tube socket, we have our output into the tone stack. Correct. Draw a line there. And then we have 3 and 8 connected together with a wire. 3 and 8 connected together with a wire going out. So that's pretty simple. Here, let's do that. Where did my wire go? As a matter of fact, we have a wire right here, a bus wire, wherever it lives. It lives and resides somewhere. Brought it up here, right here. This is a nice wire right here. Hopefully it solders. Nobody used it before. Try it. It's a nice thick wire. Nice thick bus wire to get a good connection. So in 3, so 8. All right, let's just make sure that that just moves. Okay. Take this. Take that wire. Pull that wire away from there. Because 3 and 8 connect together. Okay. And then we just solder that on. But I think I want to take a wire. This wire in here. It's going to go to a 470 ohm. So coming right off of there. Fuck you. There we go. And I should be able to put the board in there and get to all the other wires. I should. I'm not sure. There we go. There we go. 3. That's beautiful. And that one. Didn't even get that one. There's my cathodes, all wired up. I will draw a line on that schematic when I find my marker. Push it some fucked up places, man. I need to take a second here, relax my brain. So we have 3 and 8 tied together with a wire coming off because that's going to go to there. It's not really that difficult of a circuit, dude, to be honest with you. Let's take a break. I need a drink. Chill out. Soldering like that can be tough. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Well, thanks, Acoustic. Acoustic, if you don't come to my birthday party, I'm gonna remove you off the channel. You know that, right? I was talking to Amber today about it. She's like, "You really don't think that he's your friend, do you?" I'm like, "I want him to be. I really, really want him to be, man. You know, because he's a cool ass dude. But I don't believe some people, man. My dad told me a long time ago, seeing is believing. It's coming up, man, bro. See, I don't like getting let down. Is what I don't like. I don't like to be built up to be let down. I'm excited to see you. So if you show me up like that, that's gonna hurt my fucking soul. And I don't like that shit, dude. You just been pretending to be my friend. I want you to show up, right? You said you were coming. That's all I want from you, man. To bring food, motherfucker, right? To bring food. So we can get fat. Ugh. I am done. No, look it. I'm not building this amp normally. I'm gonna build this amp a totally different thing. Yeah, my wife is like, "You bromancing? You're not bromancing, dude. Luke, you'd be bromancing with Luke and Dale and Amber, man, and Luke's wife. She can come. You can have your wife come, dude. I do. I don't know, man. After the trolls and calling the fucking SWAT and me, dude. Look, those motherfuckers are in trouble, dude. They don't think that they're in trouble. First thing, man, of the world is don't be ignorant to your actions. Remember, you swatted me, right? There's no repercussions in that. But what did you do to the police? That's the thing, right? You didn't do it to me. You made a whole 2 or 3 counties come to my house. They don't like that shit, man. Look, I guarantee you they don't like that shit. I don't talk to Dustin. He's a fucking pile of shit troll, dude. What's wrong with you, Bumper? Did you talk to Dustin? Obviously. You're gonna piss me off, Bumper. How about don't talk to the piece of shit, man? It's a fucking lowlife, man. The fuck? Nor do I want to. There's nothing Dustin can ever say to me or give me any information that I want, dude. I don't give a fuck, dude. I know what he texted you. Maria, he texted too. I already have Nathaniel Davenport's address, dude. It's all over the fucking internet, dude. Dude, it's not something that Dustin just miraculously got because he's awesome. Dude, he's a fucking troll, man. What the fuck? He's a fucking troll. He's always been a fucking troll. If you're congregating with him, you're a fucking pile of shit too, dude. Jesus Christ, man. Like, fucking let it go. You know who he is. You see where he goes. You see what he does. The people he congregates. How do you think that he got Greiker's address, man? Well, look, it has nothing to do with me, Bumper. Bumper has nothing to do with me, bro. Look, they swatted me. The cops came. They're investigating it. I gave them the information. I gave 'em my phone drive. Dude, I gave them my hard drive. Dude, they're fucking doing what they're gonna do. I don't want nothing to do with that shit, dude. I didn't call the motherfucking cops. I'm not gonna be their buddies, dude. I don't give a flying fuck. Time to get kicked off YouTube a million times. As a matter of fact, look what you've done. You've ruined my stream, dude. Right? I wasn't swearing in the stream. I was just working, dude, having a good old time. and then you bring up some shit. Now my stream got yelled at by YouTube. They just kicked it off. I gotta make a new stream.